Greetings, one and all, to this week's episode of Town Clock.
Take two.
I am talking in a stupid voice. Take two. I'm talking in a stupid voice. I'm Xeno, and this is our returning Murder Dr. Loz, and we are episode 439.
I still don't have internet.
Of
This is me using my psychic powers.
You can talk about that in a minute. But the good news is, because we are doing, what's the name of the thing we're doing? The update has dropped. We're able to bring back the emblems.
What do you mean bring them back? Where did they go?
No, we had to stop them because literally we were not finding any.
Oh.
Right? We had to stop them for 2 months because literally we just couldn't find any emblems.
Lazy people be lazy.
I can't help it if they won't wear emblems.
No, that's true.
Right? So,
no, it's definitely true.
But the good news is we're making out like bandits with emblems. I did take a count earlier.
Well,
I think
they implemented a social area where you can
spend
time. No, but it's one where you can do cosmetic stuff, which brings out all the people who like wearing cosmetic badges on their arms that look different. So, yeah.
I've currently got 61.
Wow.
Yeah, making out like a bandit.
I love that we both started with just absolute fails, but yeah.
But if you wish to win 75 platinum for your platform of choice, go into the description below, but you'll see this week's emblems and a link to the polls, and you fill it in. Make sure you spell your in-game name correctly, because if you don't, and you're like, who do you sub be at? Like, I haven't got a clue who it is. And yeah, so you could win the chance of 75 platinum. And I've got to say, I actually quite like yours, because I like the glow around it. It doesn't clip or crop or...
Yeah, it is a good glow. I almost thought maybe this was actually an official one, because I thought maybe it was like a kid's drawing on the Zariman kind of thing, because the glow is really good. When we find out it is a kid's drawing from the Zariman. And incoming the game later is Space Octopuses.
Do you remember Space Spiders?
Yeah, I am waiting on Space Spiders. Space Spider. If once Space Spiders happen, we will have predicted everything in the game.
I think we'll
You know that when
so they're listening to old episodes.
When anything important happens, people go get the old teachings of Nostradamus, and they flip it around and try and make it fit how the end of the world was predicted by Nostradamus in 2027, and then 2027 comes along, and then 2019 they say Nostradamus predicted the end of the world in 2033. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, basically, 10 o'clock predicts just about everything in Warframe. Eventually, we say so much stuff that eventually it will be true. Yeah.
Cool.
Right, let's put these
emblems away.
No, bring them back. Right. And put them away. And bring them back. And put them away. I'm drunk with power.
You are drunk with power, right? But so moving on to Dojo Dusting.
I have a button for that.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, you got a button for that. Cool. Right. So Loz is back. Internetless. Getting on nearly 3 months now.
This phone is tethered, and I have to pay for unlimited. This is. Okay, so I've moved place, I've moved job. I now work at a prestigious university. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna move. I want to get the internet sorted, and I thought, okay, it's gonna be a few weeks. I'll wait till the internet's sorted before I come back. It'll let me settle in, and I'm not gonna bother. I want to move on to Warframe a bit, so I'm not gonna bother people with just the amount of woes and back and forths and cancelled appointments, and they put a hole for me to connect to, but it's in the wrong place. And instead of them just putting another freaking hole 4 meters to the right, which would solve every problem, they've gone every which way from Sunday, involving adding my new location onto their system, and I don't know. So I gave up. I just gave up waiting for. I was gonna, it kind of like, oh, it's only gonna be a 3 weeks. Oh, it's only gonna be 5 weeks. It's only gonna be a few more weeks, 2 weeks more. And now I've just given up. It's like, okay, I'm just going to come back, because it's like, oh, I'll be waiting, I don't know, for ages.
Well, it should be installed as of this episode going live this coming Saturday.
No.
In theory.
No, it will not.
Have they already cancelled it?
No, but I haven't done any of the outside. Okay. They still haven't put the bloody hole 4 meters to the right like I've asked them to do. That's all they need to do. And then the guy who turns up, it's the same. The only thing is, right, it's the same guy who turns up continuously to try and install it, and he's a really nice person and really is understanding. He's like, oh, yep.
before we continue, if you guys are listening, right, we are going to be talking about the state of play with the
Wait, we're
Zariman
not?
quest line. But I'm just going to point out we've got footage of the quest going on the screen right now. So if you don't want
What
to
quest?
just listen to us. Well, yeah, that was my point, wasn't it? But if you don't want to see quote unquote spoilers,
What spoiler?
Just minimize the screen. You don't need to see us. You just need to hear us. Anyway.
I recorded this, but I was like watching anime with Xeno, so this is spoilers for me as well. I don't know. I was doing something. I'm not sure what. And then there was objectives, and I just went and did them. And then there was some mumbling, and then everything went, here's something to grind. I think there might be new game modes in there. I wasn't sure.
There was.
That's pretty.
Right. So you got your internet back. Sorry, you haven't got your internet back. That's the point. You are using your Charles Xavier telepathy to.
Yeah, this is my psychopath.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You hooked it straight into the YouTube Gibson. Right. The next point in Dojo Dusting. Last week there were some Plat winners.
Why does she look cross-eyed all the time?
I had that as well. I thought, like, why is her skin, like, on her face super shiny?
Yeah, and then look at my dude. It looks like his face looks like it's rammed into the metal casing. In a second, I'll come back to normal game and look normal. But the dead-eyed look is awful on that. It just looks terrible. I don't even mean, but it just like, I don't know what it is. It's just looks like Xeno's ability to try when he tried to do that one time he tried to animate Lotus. It looks just like this, like no. Then look how his face is like rammed in, like as if it's like right. Is it going to cut back now? Yeah, look, now it's normal. You see?
Right.
It's like it's gone back an inch. So it's not forced in anyway.
Anyway. Right, so last week there was supposed to be some platinum winners, and unfortunately I forgot to announce them in the episode. But later on, I actually did an announcement on the YouTube channel as well, saying, like, these are the winners, and yeah. So if at any point in time I forget the plat winners, there's quite possibility that they'll be a post on the actual channel itself. So, but the plat's all been distributed, so it's all good. I don't have anything else with Dojo Dusting. Should we move on to the war report?
Yeah. Why don't I have a jingle yet? Where's my jingle at? Huh?
Okay, look. I'll get top men on it. Okay, I'll get top men on it. Yeah. Let me just at top men.
At top men.
What's it called? So war report. The Angels of the Zariman came out.
Yes, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's just Angel of the Zariman has dropped. It's on footage now if you care about it, and there's stuff to play. There's definitely stuff to do. So stuff to do in Warframe. So do check. Is it on all? Has it released on all platforms?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, so there's no real need for spoiler stuff anymore because if all platforms get it, then
so to respect the person that requested I put spoiler tags on my Discord server for plot spoilers. What plot? Yeah. But some people may have not gotten to it. I know that Tobiah hasn't gotten to it just yet, but he's got a couple of days before. So I just want to give people an opportunity to get first-hand experience with.
Yeah, I mean, normally I guess we try and not do it on the first week of a release, put the footage in, but really, I had to record something and I need to catch up on the content so I could talk about it. So I was like, there we go. There's not much to do, and I think I start doing the Gifts of Lotus after a bit. Anyway, so there's not much more on the war report really.
Cool. So let's move on to the topics. There is a note from Tobiah. Oh. There were so many topics along the lines of new void dash so trash that I had to pick one along those lines. So we got one topic about about mobility.
No, hang on. I'll address this point because I've made a realization that because I saw it in the memes as well. Everyone needs to employ the LOZ strategy of how to enjoy Warframe. You know what it is?
I assume don't.
You don't play the new game system for a year and a half minimum.
Are you going to be stood outside of this energy field for a year and a half now?
Yeah, almost do. No, but that's not a game system, right? It's not a game system. Like Kuvaliches, didn't do them for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Tenno operators, barely touched them even. Barely. Like, in fact, you could have seen at the start of the push. I'm like, Unairu, Bootens. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So now, right, and this is how you enjoy Warframe, because I can't remember how it was different, because I never abused Void Dash with an energy pool maximum with regen operator and maximum distance and speed or whatever. I'm just like, oh, it's different now. And it's like liches. Everyone's like, oh my god, I had to farm growing my liches. I'm like,
did you?
What? It's not that bad. What are you mad about?
Yeah.
I did them 2 years after they've been released. I think they're fine. See, it's the lost strategy. So it will get better. Just wait a year and a half to 3.
Yeah.
5 years. Yep, there we go. So anyway, topic 1.
Right. So topic 1 is, I just want to know, how are we supposed to play operators according to DE? And topic 2, just to give the title, the CC immunity of Xmas is terrible.
Terrible. El terrible.
So topic 1, I just want to know, how are we supposed to play operators according to DE? Operators are fragile as hell now more than ever. I know it says ether. I'm still saying ever. Mobility has been significantly diminished and now nowhere near as mobile. And now nowhere near, as mobile as frames. Even more so than frames, operators require their energy to have any sort of survivability. They have a 5-tier death debuff that results in downing your frame once it maxes out. Are we supposed to treat our frames like a taxi, pop out, do operator shit for 5 seconds once it's safe, and then pop back in? I'm really getting mixed signals here. Supposed to use them a lot, but they literally cannot be used a lot. What's your take on this?
I logged in. In fact, you probably saw it at the update, and if you watch my mouse, it goes in the bottom left corner. It does a little wibbly thing. What really, the thing I'm seeing this person complain, and I would like to know, have they maxed out everything for their operator? Because part of me feels this is the new system, because there's a lot of the vocal people, a lot of the veterans have all the focus trees maxed out. They have all the way bounds, so no matter what tree they're playing with on this new system, they're always going to have maximum health, maximum armor, maximum health regen, maximum energy pool to do abilities with. In fact, I can't remember the way bounds now. Let me just quickly bring them up. Warframe wiki way bounds, because way bounds are really important. They're all the key things that doesn't matter what school you are. I know that there's going to be some people that say, but this school's been nerfed and this school's better. That may play into it. But waybounds. Well, just find them. So what will you have? Where's waybounds, right? So where? Here we are. So yeah, you'll have maximum energy. You'll have increased energy for your amps and void beam. Increased regeneration rate of that energy. You'll have maximum health. You'll have maximum health regen. You'll have increased movement speed. Increased speed of void dash, or I assume void thingy-mabob. Increased armor. Increased radius of void blast. Increased operator energy regen or energy. I think this may have been changed because it's probably still the old one, but that's what waybounds do. They do a lot of key survivability, functionality, maneuverability stuff, right? So the person who has all those unlocked is going to be having now a completely different play experience to somebody who's an idiot like me and has gone, I like Unairu because it sounds fun, and have no way bounds. I have some armor. Whoop-de-doo. And so I personally, because you can see me playing this content now, and my operator just keeps getting knocked out. It's like it's got no health. No movement speed, very little energy, can't cast many things before I get kicked back again. So I do agree with a bit of this. And the reason why I was saying about the mouse and when I logged in is they've still kept the freaking daily focus cap. So they've just released this content that now requires me to use my operator. And I'm like, cool. I actually like the idea. I do want to use my operator. I've been saying for years, we've got all these different tools. They need niches. We now have some niches. But oh, I have to do the bloody Daedalus focus cap. I can make this much progress towards where I want to be. Why does that cap still exist? Now that operators are important, now that we want everyone to start using their operator, why are they still keeping that bloody focus, that daily restrictive cap that was implemented originally just to prevent, I assume, in case somebody finds some form of bug and gets a million focus in a day? Who cares? There's only so many nodes on the bloody tree. Let people all max out their focus. That's what gets me. That's one of the fundamental issues here. And if we did that, then everyone will be on a level playing field, and we can then see if this is this person's opinion the majority or the minority. But it's so hard to say at the moment because there's probably still some people who now want to try and engage with the focus system, and it's going to take them years to catch up with the people who've maxed everything out. Yeah, rant over.
I very much agree, and I'm kind of.
I agree with that.
Are you done?
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested to know how many days it would take for you to max out all of the focus schools.
Well, it depends on mastery.
Oh yeah, of course. I was going to get to that, but I want. Unfortunately, the wiki isn't updated yet.
Yes, yeah, it's going to take a few weeks. It's hard to say.
So,
it's a long time though. I'm going to guess probably at least 4 months of doing it every day. With a focus, with a mastery of around at least 20, I think.
I know.
That's off the top of my head, but I have no idea if it's right.
I do know that each of the schools are different in what they require for mastery.
Yeah.
Like, because Unairu, I maxed out with, I think, 4 million focus, but was it Xeneric? One of the others? I couldn't max out with 9 million focus.
Right. Well, I had in the old system, I had all the nodes of Unairu unlocked.
Yeah.
I was just I was staying in Unairu, and because I had to keep buying capacity points, so that when I came back with all the waybounds, I would then be able to activate those as well. When on the new system, that wasn't enough to clear the entire tree of Unairu.
But did you use any of? I don't think you used any of the Eidolon shards that they gave you.
I did use some.
You did use
and
some?
I still haven't maxed out Unairu.
Right.
I mean, I was just never really focused on focus. I know you were a good fan, and I know you loved it, of Elite Sanctuary Onslaught for a long time.
But even so, like, I only did the waybounds, and that was it.
Yeah, you just did the waybounds, which is a sensible thing to do because it allows you to. But so how? So let's get your view on it. So what is based on what this person's experience from the new system of operators? You've done the same as me. You've probably done a few modes, a few quests, probably on stream with a fellow called Nazeth.
Yeah, just a
fellow. Check out twitch.com/Nazeth. Maybe
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv Nazeth. Yeah. Just check that out. Maybe you might find Xeno. Yeah. Has Nazeth done it? I assume Nazeth's done a stand-up job because he's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he's done.
I remember he used I know it's a side note getting the topic, but I remember for ages he used to be like, "Oh, you guys gonna have me on 10 o'clock? You only and then we had him once, and he's like, "Oh, you guys gonna have me back on?" It's like we had him on twice. It's like, there you go, Nazeth, you've had your time.
Yeah, and then he was on for 2 months solid.
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably very tired by now.
I'm so happy we're recording back on Fridays. It's untrue.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay.
Well, no, because Saturday and Sunday was such a slog.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Going back to this.
Thank you, Nazeth, by the way.
Yeah. So I've done a fair bit. I've got to the, is it second or third rank? Third rank of the syndicate.
The rep.
I have the rep. Yeah, I have not unlocked it yet, only because I need more of the Void Plume crests, which I swear is rarer than anything else. It's like the middle one is rarer than any of the others. But anyway, I can easily say, looking at this footage, my survivability with all the waybounds unlocked is hell of a lot higher than yours.
Yeah.
easily say that, readily say that.
And we're both doing the
Uh,
quest content here. Well, you've probably experienced it and you're watching me play it, so you can.
yeah,
It's which is a set level of tier. It's not like you are playing easier content. I'm playing hard content here. You know, it's a quest experience. It's supposed to be quite easy
yeah,
to do. And yeah, you can just see that my operator just you know, a couple like it just gets tapped and that's it. You know, so
yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
my Warframe ever goes down, but yeah, I don't think this whole time it goes down. But yeah, I do like the content, but it's just like just paper thin, paper thin,
So I do feel
wafer
that
thin.
I do feel that you in this instance right now are playing the game right. You are jumping into your operator as you need to. There's a lot more stuff to do for your operator. Like, you're doing this void cascade right now,
Yeah.
and you jump in, you pop the void rifts, you kill the Thrax, and then you're back in your Warframe,
Yes,
right?
but
You
I would
did try,
say I do agree with you, and I think it's great that it is trying to encourage both game modes in play. But I do feel that the way I was playing it was not that I was jumping back in my Warframe to use that more effectively. It's because I knew that I had to shield myself quickly, and a little bit of
yes,
survivability would mean that I don't expect to spend my entire time as my operator, and I would be like to be punished if I was. But it just felt like I had to, as quickly as possible, get back in that Warframe because I was so bloody naked.
yeah, no, I agree with that, but at the same time, I do not think that your operator should be fighting the same stuff as your,
No, 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 yeah.
you know, which is what it's not doing. It's not doing that. It's encountering the same stuff as your Warframe, but it's not fighting the same stuff as your Warframe, and thus your Warframe is not fighting the same stuff as your operator, which you will see in a bit. And has the footage just died?
Uh,
Should we
no.
No, it's still playing. There we go. That was weird.
I,
Weird glitch in the matrix. Right. So yeah, I can
weird.
kind of see the complaint, but at the same time, so there was one comment that hasn't translated to our notes, which I do want to read out. Um. So are we supposed to juggle our um I think it's supposed to be operator energy to evade slash protect against attacks while we run around as a squishy, semi-powerful little Tenno. I genuinely have no idea because it feels like D doesn't either. And in all honesty, I disagree. I feel this was set with a clear mindset of we're going to want you to spend more time as your operator, but not all the time as your operator.
Yeah.
You know, so I know I had a conversation with Tobiah about mobility,
Yeah.
and I've had conversations with some of Nazareth's stream folk, some of Nazareth's viewers. There's a lot of complaint around the fact that the void dash. I'm sticking with void dash. I'm not. Void sling is a weird word, but void dash. The void dash is not as spammable as it used to be,
But it's so stupid
and
that, like, right, they got rid of the Itzel. As soon as they got the Itzel, and then people were like, oh, but I can just void dash. Like, right, that's it, it's numbered.
yeah,
That literally just put a clock because it is going to go. And it
yeah,
was clearly it was just stupid. It's like, oh yeah, I can just with the build that I have with the arcanes or whatever, and the build, I can just get a quarter of the way across the Balis in a few
yeah.
seconds. It's like, yeah, that's time is numbered. It will lose. It's just the only thing it would have gone probably faster if it wasn't they were so focused on New War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll also say that I do feel the hold. The hold is really powerful. Do you play with that much at all, or do
The
you
what?
just like so if you hold the sling,
Yeah.
right, you can go a lot further and you can aim it. Yeah, you
Oh,
can do precision aiming with it.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just kind of mashed the
So
button because I'm just like, oh yeah, fill the thing. Okay, I get it. I was trying to watch anime while doing this with you guys.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. That's true. That's true.
I still manage it. I thought it was fine. The thing is, I really like this because it's sort of like a tutorial. Like, yeah, you
Yes.
know, you have to, you're not going to succeed until you do the mission game mode as it should be. I would love to see them retroactively go back and do this for other game modes and things.
Yep. So, how do we feel about this topic?
Right, going back to it. So, I think the core of the issue is not the changes in gameplay. I don't think it's the changes to focus tree. I think what they need to do before we can make any decisions on it is to allow everyone to catch. I know it's something I always talk about, but to allow everyone to bloody catch up and get their focus trees max. And I bet you that would solve a lot of people's problems.
Maybe.
I think there'd be less complaining. I'm not saying it's going to solve everyone's complaints, but I think it would definitely alleviate some of it. So that's the issue here, in my opinion.
One of the complaints I think I started talking about this and then just derailed myself. One of the complaints I heard was the fact that it goes against the muscle memory, right?
Oh, screw your muscle memory.
It goes against the muscle memory because they spent years learning how to.
It's if you've never played an online game, every online game, and I promise you they definitely have it in there, will have in the EULA, your gaming experience may change online.
Yeah.
Because they have to put that, because they may have to make changes. It's not only because, online games have like free to play content, it's always going to get more, well, hopefully always going to get more content. It's because they might have to change bugs, they might have to change content because it might affect the game in any way. So they have to have that legally in there. So, yeah, it might be that, it turns out that if people do certain things a certain way, it causes a mass amount of stress on the connection, and so we have to remove the ability of the players to use all functionality part of the game. So, that's the core reason that line's in there, and it means it might be changed. So your freaking muscle memory can freaking go to hell. So that's why I don't have muscle memory, see? And now I'm learning how to use this bloody operator pretty much for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, there are people that are different, because, like, I picked it up straight away, and, like, I worked it out fairly quickly, but I've never really adopted the whole using the void dash to get to the exit and things like that. I've pretty much bullet jumped the whole time. I also don't mash the space bar, right? And I sometimes I hear what, like, Joey, no offense, Joey. I hear what Joey does to his keyboard, and I'm just like, what are you doing to your poor keyboard? Like, what did your keyboard do to you? So yeah, I'm happy with the way it is now. I think players just need more experience at this point in time. The game, as it came up, was it not so long ago? The game is called Warframe.
Mm.
It's about the Warframe. It's not about
That's
the
true.
Necromex or anything like that.
Yeah.
Warframe. So.
Well, then it's not called Tenno either.
Yeah. Right. Actually, no. I'll save it for the other topic.
Actually.
So, do you want to go to the replies?
Sure. With the instant transfer back to the frame by meleeing, I'm inclined to think quickly popping. Oh, I didn't realise that. Yeah, I remember that in the Dead. I'm inclined to think quickly popping in and out is it. You spent 99.9% of your time as your frame, and then you switched your operator very briefly to a fresh wellspring or do some operator-specific mechanic or whatever, and then the insta swap back to your frame when you're in danger. Yeah, that's probably even faster than the recall button I'm using. So yeah, that's people will get better at it. It's just don't like change bad. Why change?
Mm-hmm.
And people, yeah.
What's the phrase? Change is the spice of life.
Yeah. If only we could melt Overguard, note Xmas Super Shield, consistently like we could melt those sentients with the Void Ray at the end of a second dream. I could see some usefulness for the operators and some incentive to farm for amps and operator arcanes.
I would genuinely agree with that.
I thought they already did take additional damage from operators.
Shit, they do actually, because I read their notes.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm going. This is again what makes me think that this is stupid and again hasn't actually got the thing, or could do with maybe make it easier to get amps and operator arcanes. Because if they're saying, oh, if you made it that this would happen, I'd farm for amps and operator arcanes. Yeah, but it does happen like that. So why don't you go farm for amps and operator arcanes and then come back with it, see if that's a better experience?
I'd like your interpretation of this.
Okay.
Right. So it says here, Overguard is 50% vulnerable to void damage.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that it takes 100% extra damage, or 50% extra damage?
I don't think vulnerable has been a explained term, so I would assume that it's resistance. Like it's probably got a weird sort of armor stat, and it's probably like a half.
Okay.
I'd say plus 50%, probably.
You say plus, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But even so, that's still a substantial amount.
Yeah.
I think like the survivability of the kid in question, the operator or drift or whatever you want to call them, is more in line. But still, like I'm honestly okay. So there's 2 points to this. One, I have not had any issue with these new Xmas. I love them. I have to fight, so I have to shoot them good number of times before they die, but they do die.
Yep.
Right. The second point is I have spoken to Tobiah. I had a conversation with him about how what's the name of the damn thing? He was doing Deimos and he got one of the spiny bastards, and that was an Xmas, and it was nigh impossible to kill.
Ah, okay.
Now, I assume that's because of things like the status immunity of the Xmas plus the Overguard. So not the status immunity, the status immunity of the spiny bastard and the Overguard sort of like compounded the problem. So I think DE need to potentially address that. Maybe I don't know, but still, it's okay. So they haven't tested everything, right? But I mean, testing for every scenario is you'll never get it then. So yeah, I can appreciate that there are going to be some edge cases that are just well shit. Are you all right?
Yeah, me just yawning.
Just done.
Very tired,
Okay.
very tired. No, I mean I can hear what you're saying though. Yeah, and it's as you say, it's hard to when they add one of these systems in the game which is applies to all Xmases, and then Xmas can apply to any unit, and this stacks on to this creature has default status immunity, which is like another tier of eliteness on top of it. When all those combine together, you get this like, oh, okay, this is stuff. But at the same time, I mean, did you fail a mission because of it?
I didn't do this. This is Tobiah telling
Oh,
me.
okay. Well, if it was like the objective of a mission that meant you fail the bounty, yeah, okay, that needs maybe might need a bit of a look in. Seeing as
I
it's
think
already
it
a strong
was.
enemy because of the status immunity, maybe just like reduce the buff that particular mob type gets from being an Eximus.
I think it was more a case of it took like 5 to 10 minutes just to kill that one enemy.
Oh wow, yeah.
When we streamed on day one, so we recognized that there could have been easily be a problem with day one. Joey accidentally started it so I started the mission under Steel Path. So we ended up doing like a normal Armageddon. Was it the Armageddon? We did a mission type Steel Path, right? And we had a Thrax, the red glowy dudes, spawn in, and it took us 10 minutes to kill, right? But then didn't actually die. It did what's the name of the lich fall to the knee, waiting to be murderized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
watch this. I
you
follow
couldn't
this
actually.
golden child thing to a Soma Cord
Yeah.
thing. I'm like, what the hell is this?
So the kids will actually send you to the void plumes, the currency
I don't
that's
approve of
used.
chasing children through abandoned facilities.
Well, did you find it? Okay, good.
I was like, we just stopped. I'm like, why have you stopped in front of this upturned kitchen table?
Okay,
Like,
I was kind of like, well, why did you take me here? And then just leave.
I was like, Canticle. Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, so crap. Where was I going with this? You just completely derailed me.
Good.
Good. Good. Should we move on to the next point? We'll never find out what the end of that story was.
Don't forget the pea shooter that we have to use as an operator. We are a void demon, an immortal being able to harness the forbidden power of the void. But somehow it barely scratched the endgame enemies, even with a maxed focus tree and the best amp available.
What?
Also, yeah, I mean, sorry. It probably does scratch them. It probably maybe not one-shots them anymore. But you are aware that that's it. That's like it. It's not going to get harder than that. So yeah, it's difficult. The animals become more difficult. Yeah.
Don't forget that the pea shooter is. We barely scratched the end game enemies.
And then this person's actually stating that they are at the maximum that an operator can achieve. You know, max focus tree, best amp.
I call bullshit.
The problem is that they don't state what the max level enemies are or what the enemy type they're shooting. They do apparently point out that they've maxed out their end, but what enemies they're fighting is the question.
Yeah, and it's their perception of the best amp. Like again, I did it with Joey and Nazeth. We did a Steel Path Void Angel, right? And yeah, I don't know what the fuck this person's on about. Maybe very possibly that they're complaining that, oh yeah, but you couldn't just one shot it.
Yeah. No, yeah, of course they are. There's a beautiful meme there. There's some beautiful memes there. You're gonna love them. You're gonna love them. Next one. In Chains of Harrow, it was okay to be stuck as an operator because the enemies in that mission were weak enough to feel like an equal adversary to our operator. Yeah, no, yes. Okay, that exactly the same thing I will level against the new war when you're starting as the drifter, as you've just got the pistol. It's like, oh yeah, look, the pistol one-shots the enemies. Yes, because it is a set-piece event where they know what the player power is. It is at this fixed amount, and so that you will kill the enemies with this shot. Oh, by the way, this, yeah. Oh, so why not have an area where you operators go in to fight enemies that has an impact on the main game, you know, that only that they can fight in there.
Operator can fight, yeah.
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 No one came up with that idea. No one.
No.
Yep. No. Anyone? A what? A what? It was us? Oh. Yeah. Oh, when? Oh, years ago? Yeah. Oh, bloody years ago, was it? Oh.
Was it years ago?
Yeah. Come on, man. It was years.
Was it many years ago or just like 1 year ago?
Probably at least. Come on, man. It's remember the new war was a whole bloody year. It was at least 2.
Yeah.
I forget how many years we've been doing this, man. Probably 3. When we first had it. Yeah. Anyway, I wish they did it more though. I actually really like that. But I want to talk. We'll make it like a mini third topic where we'll just talk about it. And I do like that, especially other bits of it. But it's just I want more. Anyway, yeah, that's it for the comments on topic 1. Should we move on to topic 2? So,
hold on.
In summary,
did you read out all of that topic?
Oh no, I thought that was in the topic. Oh, it's still going. Oh no, sorry. So that bit about Chains of Harrow. Okay.
Yeah,
in Chains of Harrow, it was okay to be stuck as an operator because the enemies in that mission were weak enough to feel like an equal adversary to our operator. Strong, but not able to one-shot you. Tough, but without you being able to one-shot them. Now, here we are meant to use the operators to do a bunch of new stuff, but it doesn't work because of how fragile they are. And there's nothing wrong with them being fragile. But there is something wrong with having to scurry around and fight bosses with them damn near constantly. And fight bosses with them, damn near constantly. Bosses? What?
What? What? Get in your warframe!
The problem they're trying to experience is any of the quests, all of the quests are a set piece event at a set difficulty. And to be honest, the quests always lean towards we want you to finish the quest.
Yeah, it's an easier experience.
Yeah. So then you're in the main game. And guess what? The main game scales. Oh, your operator sucks. We'll level it. And yeah, okay. Even if you're having problems with your max, if you've got a maxed waybound out operator with maximum arcanes and maximum amp, the best amp you can get, and you still at that point, I'm just going to say get good because I did the quest okay and do the content with just like a rubbish operator. So
it's really controversial, right? Because I look at Elden Ring, right? Look at how gaming journalists slammed the shit out of Elden Ring because of how hard it is, yet has sold enough to be potentially the game of the year.
Oh, it'll be
right?
game of the year. It'll be game of the year.
Yeah, it's done so well, and the constant response is get good. If you cannot do the thing in front of you, go off and do something else.
Well, the problem is though that Warframe doesn't sell itself as the difficulty simulator that Elden Ring is. That's the cool thing of Elden Ring. It's a FromSoft game. That's going on. Whereas Warframe is a power fantasy. It's always been leaning towards the power fantasy. So the reason people whinge is because their power fantasy has been disrupted.
Yeah.
So they're always going to win if they don't one-shot things, and then a different subset of those people will whinge if I one-shot thing. Where difficulty?
Where challenge.
Where challenge? Give challenge. Give challenge.
Content drought.
Content drought.
God,
I mean, it's just
hard. Too hard.
Make nerf. Give increased drop rate. Increased drop rate. So I finish in one day. I finish in one day. What content drought?
Yeah. It's the same.
Give fish.
Cycle.
Give fish. Where fish? So, fish too hard to farm. Buff drop rate of fish.
When do you remember all those years ago when we had that interview with Adam and what you call it, the community spotlight for 10 o'clock and things? Apparently, and I completely forgot about this, we said this exact same thing.
What?
People say they want challenge, but they actually mean they want content. People don't want challenge. They just want stuff to do. Apparently, we said it back then as well.
Everything we are Nostradamus of Warframe. We are the Nostradamus of Warframe.
But I didn't realize that we said it. So okay, anyway. Yeah.
We probably did, but the only thing I can remember about that bloody interview is the very start.
When I was an idiot.
Where it was like, okay, guys, why don't we talk about Warframe? Okay, so my name's Drew Massey, and I'm a developer, and I've been developing blah blah. And I'm like, Drew, he means about Warframe in the podcast. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, I thought I was giving a job interview for some reason.
I don't know, I was dumb. Anyway, right,
we're all dumb. I'm also dumb. Yeah, let's move on to topic 2. So, I do agree. So the thing is also just one final point. So, I don't. Okay, so the whole time sort of been poo-parring, but in certain ways, but I don't want to say 100%. Part of seeing as it's only been out for what, less than 3 days at this point.
Of us recording, yes.
Yes. Oh no, but that's for the point because what the people saying the topic. Okay, so give it the next thing is say. I think these people may have some grievances, and maybe it's their feeling and experience that it is like that to them. I think with maybe a bit more time, they'll get used to the game mode. They'll adapt to how they've got to play the game now, and they'll probably improve their focus trees a bit if they need to. And I bet that not all of them, but I assume some of them probably need to. I need to do a lot more on my focus tree to catch up in strength. And I bet next week there'd be less people saying this. So I don't want to completely say, that they're not experiencing problems. They probably are. And I imagine maybe that probably D will hopefully keep a few, maybe small tweaks just to alleviate it a bit. Yeah. And all that together by next week, they'll probably be better. Yeah. So don't want to completely say like they're wrong, because I'm sure they're experiencing some problems. But a few of them might just be, give it a chance, Mm-hmm. Right, let's move on to the topic 2.
Okay, so topic 2.
Kapow!
The CC immunity of Xmas is terrible. Do you want to make the game more challenging? Create enemies that are more interesting to engage with. But with the CC immunity on Xmas enemies, the meta will shift even more towards Monkey plus Brahma. AoE is once more the solution. Xmas can walk and shoot in the limbo bubble, which, fucking hell. Xmas can walk and... Sorry, it was Limbo last week as well.
Oh, was it? Is Limbo the new nullifier?
Well, no, because Limbo can do stasis. So
Limbo is the new anti-nullifier topic, as in like the inverse. Because remember the nullifiers, it's like, oh my god, I can't do anything because all my abilities get amused. Yeah. Oh, I've got Limbo. Right, okay, well, Limbo makes it too easy. We're going to put enemies that cancel out your Warframe abilities. Oh my god, why make this enemy immune to me?
Yeah, ignore the So Xmas can walk and shoot in the limbo bubble, which makes him useless for what was his only purpose.
All
right. This doesn't make the game engaging at all. No, I'm going to read it. Then I'm going to break down into despair. Right.
Yeah.
This doesn't make the game engaging at all. It is pushing players into the AoE meta even further, as it was before. Oh, pardon me. As it was before, and limits the viable frames once again. Frame breakdown, for reference, it's way too much to go through all of it.
Yeah, there is a lot of frames. So this person's going to go through a few frames and say through the CC. Okay, and then there's nothing afterwards. So do you want to say your bit and then we'll go through the list of CCs, or do you want to go through the list of CCs first and let's have a quick?
Okay, let's pick a few.
I don't see Excalibur. I don't see Oberon. We're screwed.
Does Excalibur have a CC?
Blind AoE.
Well, I think they just ignore that one. The blind will not work. Oberon.
You might say they were
radiation
blinded to it.
I know Oberon's radiation doesn't work because it literally says that in the thing.
Didn't laugh at that pun. Makes me sad.
I know. Overguard is a special enemy health bar indicated by the teal color surrounding the enemy's health bar. Enemies with Overguard are immune to most crowd control effects and are immune to radiation status. Along with a few other bits. But yeah, so Oberon's radiation stuff will not work on them. So they'll not start shooting each other and things.
Well, I'm gonna go read these out just for the sake of it. So Baruch, his second and third ability do not affect Xmas at all. He doesn't even get stacks. His fourth ability seems to do 0 damage to Xmas. So rip Baruch, because he'll only ever be fighting Xmas units. Frost, no CC with any abilities on Xmas, because that's what Xmas is now immune to CC. So yes, he has no CC on Xmas. Yeah. Gauss, first ability doesn't seem to affect Xmas except for a bit of damage. Oh, it does damage, as in the damaging ability. Wow. Same as his third ability. I got no way near killing level 40 Butcher Xmas. What?
See, this is the problem, right?
No, hang on. You saved that point. I'm going to read through. Grendel cannot Xmas. Good. Harrow cannot CC or build up massive shield with his first ability because he's only ever fighting Xmas's. Hildren still gains overshields with her second ability from Xmas. Her 4 doesn't CC but does damage. Okay, good. Ivara, no more CC sleep on Xmas. Yeah, because Xmas immune to CC. Brilliant. Well done. Golf clap. Cora cannot affect Xmas with her second ability and Xmas walk straight through her cage. Yeah, because it's CC and they get immune to CC. Golf clap. Limbo, you cannot put enemies into the rift, you can put enemies into the rift, but they are not stunned by stasis anymore. Okay, yeah, because it's CC. Golf clap. Xmas walk right in and shoot. Yeah, because they're immune to CC. Golf clap. Mesa works absolutely fine. Of course, lol. Yeah, because it's not using CC. Golf clap. Mirage. Buy bomb Mirage. If there is CC on Mesa, then I'm just making a bit of a meme here, but I doubt it is. Right, Mirage. My bot. I know we're not walking Warframe wiki, so I'm probably gonna make a mistake. And I'll hold my hands up if I make that mistake. But anyway, keep going. Let's go. Mirage. My bomb Mirage especially did 0 damage to level 40 enemies with the augmented second ability. Okay. Nidus. No more pulling Xmas. Stacks are gained just fine. Can link to Xmas as usual. Yeah, because you can linking to one and hitting it to gain stacks isn't CC. Okay, brilliant. Yeah. Nova. The speed up slow seems to have effect, but the bonus damage from 4 is applied. The speed up slow seems to have an effect. You're saying you're able to CC them? I doubt it. But the bonus damage from 4 is applied. I assume that's supposed to be the slow sleep down doesn't have an effect. Maybe a typo on that one.
No, the bonus damage is like the explosion. So anyone affected by molecular prime
takes extra damage. Yeah, so that's being applied. But the sentence there is implying that both are applying. The speed up slow seems to have effect.
I could only assume that the speed.
That's supposed to be not. Yeah. Octavia works just fine. Okay. Revenant first ability does not affect Xmas as his third. It seemed. Second ability doesn't affect Xmas at all. One heavy gunner Xmas can run through 20 stacks in a second. Rip. Rhino Stomp does not lift Xmas because it's CC and CC don't affect Xmas. Saren. A 1 works as usual, but my forecast did basically 0 damage to Xmas. They died from the stacks. You killed them. Whoop-de-doo. Savagoth. Gloom does not affect Xmas. Yep. Fireban. His 4 does not affect Xmas. Talkie X at CC. Zaku. He cannot steal any weapons from Xmas. His third ability cannot be cast on Xmas, though the armor strip, for example, affects Xmas. Zephyr. Her tornadoes do not CC Xmas, but distribute damage when you shoot them into them just fine. Yeah, because damage affects his bloody Xmas, but CC doesn't. What a stupid list. It's like, oh, you see all these abilities that do CC? Yeah?
None of them work.
None of them work on Xmas. I'm like, yeah, because Xmas are immune to CC.
The stupid thing is, right? It's like this. This is the. I really hope DE don't go back on Overguard. I really hope they
stick
don't,
to their guns,
right?
people. Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, stick to your guns, right? This is
Weather the storm, please.
Okay,
do you know, I know someone's going to say talking about the thing, but I only played them in the quest. Obviously, I saw Xmas units. I thought they were fine.
Yeah, agreed. Right.
It's fine.
I can appreciate the
cool.
outlier that Tobiah had. Right, I can appreciate that.
Yeah,
but it's weird how
I want to point out that's probably not going to be the only one. There's probably going to be some other combination of produce some crazy enemy, like I don't know, maybe Tube Men, Manic Bombard. That's one weird Xmas type is going to be broken in some way, or maybe one type of infested with a certain type of Xmas will be broken some way. There will be some other. Yeah, there will be some very strange combinations of mobs because there's so many mobs in the game. Oh, there'll be a corpus one. Maybe it's like one of the. Oh, what were they called? Scrambular. It'll be like one of the certain Scrambular with one of the certain Xmas things just seems completely broken. It's like, yeah, it'll just happen. But do you know what? DE will probably, if it becomes a big problem, DE will look into it and fix it.
Yeah.
They're the outliers. But we should never alter the entire game for a handful of minor, rare outliers.
The weird thing is
my inability to spell the word Nazar.
The weird thing is, so many people don't like change. I don't understand.
Change bad. Why change?
It was brilliantly addressed and mocked by what's the name of the series, Futurama, right? When they had to do the oh god, what's the court sitcom series spoof on Ali McBeal and
single female lawyer having lots of sex.
Hey, I'm really good at this. You play, so people don't like change because it upsets them. It makes them feel like they can't predict. It's like it's true. It really is true.
What most people want is for tomorrow to be pretty much the same as today.
I never understand that. I cannot, like, so a lot of people, did you ever used to work at a supermarket?
No.
Worked
at Woolworths, which is closed.
Oh, it's pretty much the same thing.
I miss Woolworths.
Right? I used to, I didn't stack shelves, but I did. I was a cashier, right? I did that for a year. I was bored out of my goddamn skull. How can people have a career?
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand it. So, like,
no, can I just say we're not mocking people who can't. I would say hats off to people who have that kind of power of mental fortitude and commitment to work at these just for some of them quite mind-numbing jobs. I couldn't do it. We're not saying we'll look down on them. No, I don't. I could do it. I can do it for small periods, but long time I'd be like, no, I'm just quitting, even though I don't have anything lined up. Why? Because I just can't anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, if people are, you have some serious endurance.
Yeah, and like, again, it's I don't know how people can watch reality TV shows like Love Island and all that stuff, because it's just like you're going through the same paces you've got one person who's dating, like, I don't know what, 10 other people to one by one each week single them out.
Surely I think that's like The Bachelor. That's not Love Island, I think.
The Bachelor, really know,
or The Bachelorette.
Right. So fine, you got The Bachelor. It's just like, you've had.
I give you this
many dates. you've had this many dates, right? So instead of like slowly dragging this out and picking out one at a time to get rid of, just go, I want to date that one. You know,
No, but they get to
have you
know them over several weeks and
No,
weird
it's just
tasks
fucking
set up
dragging out
by the
content.
producer to drag out content.
Yeah, fucking drag it.
What's that got to do with Warframe?
People don't like change.
People don't like change. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Bit of a strange thing to get to. Yeah, so I've listed all these different CCs. So,
yeah.
Let's the core of it. What's your basic core view of the Xmas being immune to CC?
Thumbs up.
Yeah. Now, the thing that gets me, though, is all the other units are still... Apart from... Okay, don't get me wrong. Xmas Strongholds, which you only encounter in sorties, which is a unique experience, and that will probably be a bit more challenging for CC-heavy frames. Yep, those definitely. But that's only in sorties.
So there's one condition.
Oh, what?
So there's one Xmas unit. I can never remember what it's bloody called, but it gives overguard to nearby allies.
Oh, but not all of them,
right? No, not like but it's any enemies that are close to it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But the thing is, you're supposed to single out that what's it called? Xmas,
it's like the
kill it, and then all of a sudden it goes back to normal.
arbitrations.
Also, our overguard cannot be applied to the normal enemies more than once. So if they come out of range and then they go back in range, doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
like they won't.
Right, but for most Xmas enemies, the CC still works. So the CC, what it'll let you do is go, oh, I have to fight that one Xmas unit. I want to get rid of it. Let me freeze all these other units using CC so I can focus on the Xmas by itself instead of fighting a whole army. Yeah. So the CC still works. It just only affects all the other mobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't like how that's what this topic is saying. It's like, that's it, CC's useless now because I can't use it on this one mob.
I don't know. This is the second week in a row we've had this topic. Is this now the new
nullifier?
Thank you, topic.
Yeah, I think so. I think it will be going forward because it's because it chipped away at the power fantasy.
The weird thing is like this. So the other thing I wanted to raise to you is during the exploration of the new content and everything, we're trying to find Plume Crest, which I needed to upgrade to the next rank in the Zariman, and the how do I say this? So the mission that we found that had a chance of dropping them was the third bounty. There's only 4 bounties. The third bounty in what's called the rep for the Zariman, and the note that we had was you are not allowed to use abilities until you've completed this mission. Sometimes it would bug and you couldn't use abilities even after you completed the mission, right? But
that's a bug.
I thought it was a secondary objective at first. So you complete the mission, you get a reward. If you don't use abilities, then you get an additional reward. But no, it just flat out locks you out of using abilities.
Yeah.
And there was a heated debate about this on my Discord, right? And I was just like, well, why is this a problem? And it's like, but you can't use your abilities. Do you rely on your abilities that much? Like, do you not just aim and shoot your gun?
Well, no, I don't want to say, do you not aim and shoot your gun? Do you not have the capacity to try and react differently to the game you're experiencing? You have to, otherwise you're like, oh, I always have to play the game the same way. I have to go in and push 4. I have to go in and push 4. Oh, but you can't push 4. Oh, what do you mean I can't push 4? There's no other way to play the game. One thing of games should do is try and challenge and push you to play a bit out your comfort zone, and that's just what this is trying to do. And it's not even like it's taking half your toys away. It's taking 1 at a time for a small period. It's so... Ugh.
But the big thing is, if you can do this content and it's not overly challenging or anything, then when you come to do harder content later, it won't be as difficult.
Mm.
Yeah. So why throw your toys out of the pram now when it is doable, just harder, instead of it being impossible?
Mm.
You know. So, okay, should we go to the replies?
Yeah, sure. Okay, first one. In the Angel's Quest, I tried to use Limbo for the defense part and was literally trashed back to back till I failed the mission. I ended up using Neja, and even then I just used slam attacks to stay alive because my energy was getting robbed the whole time. This update has made it hard to enjoy simple gameplay. I could one-shot level 50s, but I can hardly deal with the new Xmas at level 30.
What?
Okay.
I don't understand that at all.
But Drew, I only have one frame that I have to play. That's how I play the game. I use Limbo, and that's it. Also, I love people saying I could one shot.
What defense part?
Oh, the third mission type.
If you're telling me they're not putting down the turrets, I'm sorry, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I personally
You
solo
have
especially.
to.
You do. You have to. But it. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the quest told me to do. I was talking to you guys while doing it, and you said put turrets down. I'm like, yeah, okay.
It does tell you to do it and everything. Because I was super confused and lost, but I realized while we were watching anime, you hadn't got a clue what was going on. But I remember, like, again, we were doing one of the bounties, right? Void Armageddon. We failed it because instead of actually doing the mission, we were fucking about trying to find void plumes, because that's what we could do in the elevator versions, because the elevator version is like level 50. The bounty one was like level 90. But because we fucked about and we didn't keep the thing protected, it got destroyed. We lost. We failed. Right?
Failed. Mission failed.
But like, even then, we ran it again, still level 90, didn't fuck about looking for void plumes, and we did it perfectly fine. So it's like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I also don't get this person's, but I can hardly deal with new Xmas at level 30. It's like, okay, yeah, so the game's more challenging now.
The only thing I can assume is from this statement is that they don't have particularly powerful weapons, and they relied on the CC to just do the bulk of the work.
They'd fallen into a rut, and that Limbo let them do the majority of the game super easy, very little thought, and now they're being pushed out of their comfort zone and told to do other things. And they're not taking time to think of what's good or what's useful. They're just gone, okay, I've got Neja and I'm just going to spam ground pound for some reason, and that got them through it. And it's like, okay, maybe try other things. The thing is though, Xmas should have always had this. I remember when they originally introduced Xmas's, and they were supposed to be a mini boss. For the countering point of people who don't like this change, did you even notice Xmas units before? Did they impede you at all? Did they offer you a variation in your gameplay at all? No, they didn't. They were just slightly bigger meat shields. One would occasionally knock you over with some flames. One would just steal your energy. You're like, nothing I can do about that. And that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then one had a frost bubble that you popped because it just went pop, and that was it. It did nothing else. So
yeah, the only problematic one, again, we covered this a few weeks ago. The problematic one was personally the parasite, where it would just consume your energy.
Yes, because it didn't telegraph it, and you weren't able to really outmaneuver it.
Yeah. Now the one I watch out for is the Leech Xmas. I've been caught out a few times where I stood on the floor, and then all of a sudden there's this like red purplish crap, this mauve crap on the floor. I'm like, what's this? Why am I dead? Shit. Like, it destroys Oberon's healing. It just goes right through Oberon's healing. I'm like, oh fuck. Okay. Next one.
I played as Nidus and used my 3 skill to survive. I caught an Xmas and he shot me. First Void Dash, now this.
I just fucking...
Enemy that I must fight in video game beat me.
I'm
I walk
wondering-
forwards. I walk forwards as Mario, and Goomba stopped me walking forwards, and then I lost a life. First loss of life. Now this.
A part of me feels I might be too harsh. I'm sorry, but like, oh fucking hell, like it just feels. Oh yeah, no. So you put redirection and crap. What's the health one called?
Vitality?
Yes, you put vitality and redirection on your Warframe. Oh, you're such a noob. Why am I dying all the time?
Yeah. Why die? Why die? I just run around with tiny health pool but mad armor and then get all energy back and kill everything. Oh, what? I die? What? Need shield pool? What shields? Don't have shields. Arcane Guardian gives shields back. What? No. No, health damage. Health damage. Honestly, who gives a cow about the meta? Just play whatever way makes the game fun. Complaining about AoE still being the thing? Just don't do the thing. Use some kind of rifle, sniper, shotgun, bow, or anything that isn't 100% AoE.
Yeah.
Oh, so is AoE the new thing now, yeah?
Always been the old thing.
Like melee was, like shotguns was before that,
Yeah.
like rifles was before shotguns, like shotguns was before rifles, before shotguns, before the Boltor Prime, before the Soma Prime, before the Soma. The name's never going to be perfectly balanced, and so what? AoE's just the new hotness right now.
Oh, that was right. Okay. So
just one point. Incoming certain, I'm sure at some point, incoming nerf from DE where AoE damage is massively increased, but then spread versus the number of targets. So does low damage to multiple targets or something. Oh, okay. Look, single target weapons are now the new meta.
This is an argument that again I had on the Discord, right? Instead of taking away abilities, why don't DE just balance the game? Can you name me a PvE game that is perfectly balanced?
No.
I can't think of a single
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, come on. Even chess isn't perfectly balanced.
Okay.
One player moves first.
Fair.
So even chess cannot be perfectly balanced.
Yeah. Because one player has the advantage.
One player has a certain advantage, or one player has less advantage because of that. And because of that, yeah, and come on, if even freaking chess, where you have literally the same amount of the same units put on an exact same equal board, and each person has the same rules for all their characters to move and everything, but it is still not balanced. Why? Because one person gets to go first. It's just fundamental in it, right? No, I can't tell you a PvE game where anything's perfectly balanced. I don't think it exists. You know,
not even like a game that gets so frequently tweaked in terms of its damage and stuff like Elden Ring is perfectly balanced. Hell, the game fucking came out with a Kamehameha cannon that would just munch dragons, right? And they had to rebalance all of the inside the spells. And then they had to rebalance. They're constantly rebalancing it. And
yeah, it will get to a complete step though, and even then it'll be something. Yeah, it'll be something else. But
hell, StarCraft 1 was still getting updates after StarCraft 2 got released.
Yeah, the thing is, the one I liked, the thing I remember is when I think it was Extra Credits were talking about League of Legends, and they said that League of Legends, I can't remember the exact term, but it was something like it's a game of perfect imbalance. So that they're trying to make it. There's always something which will beat something else, but it might only beat one other thing, and then something beats 10 other things. But and then the new hotness comes in. And it has to be good versus the old thing that was the new hotness, but then also there's this other random thing that becomes improved, and it's just constantly shifting the table so that nothing is ever on top. And Warframe's just too big. I'm sorry, anyone who says balance Warframe is like, right, yeah, okay, so that's no content for the next 2 years.
Yeah, no, please show me how you're going to balance Warframe.
You go do that and come back to us. Yeah.
I will, here's a tree's worth of paper. Please proceed to start balancing it, because I wouldn't know where to fucking start.
And even if you think you did, the first thing players would do is find something that's broken, or they would try and find something that's broken. So
Why? Don't bother.
Yeah.
All right.
D doesn't wait. The overshield makes it way more difficult to play high level missions. I was playing a level 60 bounty on planes. Normally, enemies about level 50 or so it's a bit of a struggle, but not impossible. The new Xmas means I'm pumping 8 or 9 plus magazines into one enemy. They're not even difficult to fight, just time consuming, and with time challenges, that's a pain. Game became challenging.
No,
now I suffer.
Wait.
Player most affected.
Normally enemies about level 50 or so it's a bit of a struggle, but not impossible.
They're not even difficult to fight, just time consuming. With time challenges, that's a pain.
I feel that these are players. Maybe this is the true problem, right? Maybe it's a case of players are coming in to do this too soon.
No, but they're saying this is on the planes. So
yes,
they're
level 50 enemies.
Yeah, no. What's happened is throughout the game, all levels now, there'll be Xmases, which are a tough enemy. And it might be that in the past, you based your weapons, ability, ammo, scaling, everything off of the enemies you're normally fighting. But all of a sudden, there's an enemy which is a bit more tougher, a bit of a bullet sponge, is doing other things. And your paradigm has shifted. The core game has become demonstrably a little bit harder.
Okay. I want to reread
just on a baseline level.
Because I think I'm interpreting this potentially differently from you.
Yeah.
Or right. Okay. So the overshield makes it more
difficult to play high level missions.
Right?
I was playing
high level missions.
Yeah.
Right. I was playing a level 60 bounty on the plains. Right.
Yeah.
High level mission.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Normally enemies are about level 50 or so. So not level 60, level 50.
No. Yeah.
So it's a bit of a struggle, but not impossible to play them at level 60. Yeah?
No, at level 50.
Are you sure?
No, okay, so to play the level 60... I was playing at level 60 bounty on the plains. Normally enemies about level 50 or so it's a bit of a struggle, but not impossible. You can remove between the two commas. I was playing at level 60 bounty on the plains, so it's a bit of a struggle, but not impossible.
Not impossible. Yeah, that's what I literally just said.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right. The new Xmas means I pump 8 or 9 plus magazines into an enemy. They're not even difficult to fight, just time consuming. With timed challenges, that's a pain. This screams to me that this player doesn't have like top tier gear.
No,
right?
Yeah.
Nowhere near.
Oh, I get you. Okay, yeah. No, I think fusing that with what... Yeah, I think we're kind of saying the same thing but coming at different points. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you're saying that they were playing... So, basically, as I was saying, Xmases have come in and the core gameplay is now a little bit harder. And what you're saying is this player was playing a piece of content which was at its current challenge level, quite high for them. Like, they were just about managing this. And now Xmases have come in, and that piece of content which they could just about do now is really tricky and slightly maybe they can't do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think this is a problem from...
They need to reappropriate themselves on the scale and go, oh, this is now harder. Let me go down a level and do level 40 enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah.
So I feel that maybe...
You think. Don't feel things. Think them.
But I do feel things.
No, we are cold, emotionless, uncaring things. We get these topics and we just hate the people who do them. How dare they have an opinion? Our opinions are better than them because we think. We don't feel. We are cold, uncaring, soulless beings of the void.
Anyway, we think, right? I think. So.
How?
I think what would be really beneficial
My feelings were hurt.
to...
I'm jamming my head.
Anyway, I think that what would be beneficial to the player base from both a new and mid-level experienced player is maybe a we think you're going to have this challenge. You know, we
Yeah,
think
no,
you're
they
going to
should have.
find
They should have put it on. Well, maybe
on the
they
nose.
didn't expect it from putting the Xmas in. What you're saying is on that page at the start where it says update new Zaraman as they come in, and there should have been a paragraph that's like just
No,
to
no,
let
no. Star
oh,
chart
yeah,
on the nodes,
yeah,
right? Difficulty hard, right? So it checks your stuff. And don't get me wrong, there's stuff like ribbons and things like this.
yeah. I was going to say,
But I mean, you can still make
no,
some.
I know, no. I think a better way of
adjustments.
doing it. Final Fantasy 14, when you log in, a little tiny window pops up with suggested content. So you, for your thing, instead of going, this is the difficulty so you can approximate where you are, instead it recommends, hey, you should probably go play this mission. So it's pushing you towards, instead of going, oh, this would be hard for you, it's saying, hey, why not try this? Why not try this? You know. So it would then suggest the things for that player at that level.
I would be interested to know if these players even are within the same scope, right? Are within the same, you know, God, how would I describe this?
Tier?
Yeah, let's go with tier, right? Within the same tier. Or, again, whether or not they believe things like Eidolons are just too difficult for them. Or maybe they have a special cheese way of doing Eidolons that they've picked up from maybe what's called a Twitch streamer or something, and they haven't built up sort of like the normal way to do it.
That, to me, that is the normal way.
No. The normal way being like, I'm gonna smack my head against it, and I can do it, but oh look, I have been taught that if I take this chroma build of Uber Hench, Sigma Male, Mega Death, I can do 27 Tridolons in a night.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. Oh no, it's been nerfed. Game broken.
My one way of playing the game has been nerfed.
Yeah. Right. I don't have anything else to follow up on this.
No,
I will say that last comment has opened my eyes a bit.
Oh, okay.
I to be honest, I thought they were playing it at our level.
Yeah, no, that's part of the problem with the, and that goes back to what I was saying at the start, is that, so part of the problem with this is a lot of people are playing at different levels in the game, and what would be good to do would be allow everyone to try and actively reach the same sort of level in a few things, and one of them would be operators.
Like I think games needs to start doing this more, which is, I think this bit of content is a bit too challenging for you. Maybe like the suggested thing you were saying. Maybe you should go do this over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
you got to be careful. You don't want to go too far, like the way the Mario games do it.
What do the Mario games do it?
I can't remember which Mario game it is, but the way they started doing it is that if you fail like 5 times, it says, would you like this special suit? And this suit basically just lets you walk through the map.
Oh, was that Odyssey?
Oh. No, I don't think so. I think it was one of the platformers. And basically,
on a random tangent, entirely random. Do you have my copy of Odyssey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only just thought about that. Okay.
You gave it to me. I just haven't had a chance to play it.
That's fine. Right. Random tangent. Anyway, yeah. So I think that's the big thing. I was treating this very much as they were all at my level.
Yeah.
And yeah,
it's hard to say because there's player level, player equipment level, player progression through multiple various systems, and then how far they've gotten on that. Yeah, so it's very hard to work what players should be doing. And then the game got a bit harder.
If you were DE, how would you address this?
I'd hold fast for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd wait to see if people calmed down or if people started screaming where the changes at. As for the changes, maybe one thing I would reduce is frequency. I think that the mob itself is fine, just that maybe there's too many of them coming out, right? They're tougher now, and they are taking more time to kill. Right, so let's make it a rare event, because that's what these were supposed to be. They were supposed to feel like mini-bosses. And maybe now that they've made each one harder, but they've probably maybe kept the spawn rate or not changed it enough from how it used to be. Before Maximus used to spawn, you wouldn't even care. Now it's like, oh, okay, players are actually now finding these a challenge. So let's make sure we don't throw too many of them at them. So that they encounter them a bit more rarely, but then they go, oh, it's an Xmas unit. Oh, it's a challenge. Maybe I don't want to fight this Xmas unit because I'm not good enough to fight it. I'll just ignore it and go away from it to finish the mission. Like, wow, that would be cool. It's what a subtle change of gameplay. An option you could just
So this is like level 60 content, right?
right.
Which is, I think, ever so slightly higher than sorties. Should the Xmas Stronghold sortie stage be removed?
No.
No.
No. Once again, maybe just decrease its frequency. Maybe just make it once a week. So people can have a go and challenge it.
Even if it is that frequent, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it isn't. Yeah. So okay, yeah, it's a bit of a problem. People can't do their sortie today by themselves. They have to either try and join a mission. Okay, they can't join a mission. Well, sorry, maybe you can't do your sortie today. Try your best, and then you can just come back tomorrow.
Okay.
I think they're onto something here, and it makes me really sad if they're gonna just hamstring it right away before it's had a chance to get past the knee jerk phase.
I do feel that they need to sort of encourage players to grow and things, but if they're not prepared to do that, then Warframe's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, the game will just stagnate.
How are we supposed to have things like trials come back if we can't convince players to deal with things like this new difficulty in Xmas? That's the fucker. That's the fucking leech crap. I recognize that. Kill me. Don't stand in that. Bad. Sorry.
You're crazy.
Right, I think we're done with the topics.
Yeah, okay, so before the end of the topics, I'll take the topics off now. So I just wanted to know, what was your overall, to try and be a bit positive, what was your feel of the update?
I am overall happy. I said this before this came out. I don't want to see a heavy quest. We didn't get a heavy quest. We actually got a tutorial for once, which I was happy with because I saw those mission types in the dev streams. I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
I don't understand this at all. So, and I was so like, whoa, I needed that tutorial for the Void Armageddon.
Is that the defense one?
Yeah, so that's like, because I was like, what the fuck is, I have to jump. I would have never have guessed to jump through the orb.
Yes, in this, the reason why I did it is because you guys were like, yeah, do this, and then when the thing happens, jump through the orb, and then fly through the footballs, and then shoot the thing. I'm like, yep, just do as they say. Just do as they say. Just do it. Yeah.
Because Cavallero actually tells you to do that.
Okay. Yeah, so, I really liked all three game modes. I think it's great that they went for a patch that was content, not really lore or anything. It's like, because the Zariman, the new war had not really any
legacy.
We call it legacy or ongoing content. And then this was just basically ongoing content, the quest sort of thing. In fact, the quest is just teaching you to do the ongoing content, and it's 3 game modes, and I like them. I think I need to learn a bit more on the tower defense one, but the other 2 picked them up. Nice, good change of gameplay. I love the steps of which one's the one with the things you have to shoot and then shoot the dude that comes out, and then Cascade. I love that. It reminds me of what the original concept for Elite Sanctuary Onslaught was going to be, a bit.
Oh yes, it does. Yeah.
Which I was really sad because I thought that was a really cool concept.
I really like the new tile set. I feel it can be a little drab in places, but they've done a lot to draw your attention to the right things. I like the exploration and the hidden stuff. I like the fact that the token system is actually in the missions, not, oh, you have to trade crap to get the tokens. Like that was a huge improvement. Even the fact that I'm struggling to get the one I need to rank up, I still prefer this by leagues compared to the Deimos one. They really learned a lot from that. And I like the new missions. I really hope we get to see other mission types like oh gosh, survival. Survival's an easy one to do. Capture's an easy one to do. And God, there was another one we Nazith and I sat down and worked out, and there was an easy one to do. Additional ones like defense, spy, rescue. Again, I'd like to see those as well. I just think like, nah, this is great. Just add the extra stuff in now. And again, I kind of like the lore implications of the characters, but Event Horizon.
Yeah, I give you that. Completely give you that. The one thing I am questionable of this is the lore, because I remember when watching it, and it's kind of a spoiler, but I was like, oh my god, NPC Tenno, and Drew goes, no, they're not TennoLOz. I'm like, what? Oh,
yeah.
So I am a bit upset, especially like, where's Nama? Nama don't seem to be invading these things or doing anything.
What's an arm?
That's upsetting. And then like, so the actual.
Oh, actually, one thing that's really, really cool. Nazith found one tile that's on the exterior of the ship, and you can see Corpus ships or Grineer ships out in space. You know what you call it, within like docking range and shit like this. So, because people were complaining, so like, well, how did the Corpus or the Grineer get up with fucking ships right there?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is kind of pointing that Zariman's like just stuck in a hole in space. It is a fixed point in the solar system right now, and anyone could just come up to it. So yeah. So overall, I like the update. It reminds me a bit of the Tempestari one, kind of a small quest, kind of just content, just get on with it kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, I'm fine with that. Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
And I also like the fact that the Zariman wasn't just always over there and no one looked that way.
Yeah. It's like,
it's
we can board it. It's like, why can't the Grineer do it? Because they don't look to the right. But my biggest complaint is, I'm sorry, why is there still a focus cap daily? We need to get, seeing as how important it is, and they want everyone to play focus now. Just remove the cap. Just let people max out their focus trees, and it's like, yep, now everyone has that, and it'll make a massive difference to play, and everyone can just be on the same level. And then if it needs balancing, it'd be much easier to work it out.
Anyone listening and anyone that's prepared to do this, I would love to know how much focus in total you would need to to max out the whole thing, right? Not using spare Eidolon shards to as like substitute is it a substitute focus? And I'll go away and I'll actually work out like at what different levels, how many days it will take to do.
Cool.
So if you can just tell me the max, that's all I'm after. So comment below.
Right, let's move on.
All right, we got time. We got the graphs. Crap, they're hidden behind freaking. So I put them on the same monitor that Discord was on. Right, so the first graph is, are Nama and the Neural Sentry basically the same thing? 33% said no, and 67% said yes.
They're wrong.
Really? You don't think they're the same?
The Neural Sentry works with one goal. It's like a hive mind. Nama are all mind controlled, but they're towards each individual is mind controlled on the same sort of thing. Whereas the Neural Sentry, from what I can understand, is, you know, they're all working for the Neural Sentry, so it would be a lot more strategic. They're all eyes for it. Whereas Nama, it's just that everyone believes in the concept of Nama, but an individual is still an individual. It won't alert everyone.
But like the faction in its principle,
the way it would play would be it does play exactly the same. Yeah, it's just fundamental stuff. Like Nama doesn't have a leader. Who is the leader of Nama?
Should be the Neural Sentry.
It would be cool if the Neural Sentry took over. Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
The next one is, how would you feel if DE dedicated some time to get the squad link technology behind Scarlet Spear perfected? Right, so 7% said negative, 27% said neutral, and 67% said positive.
Yep, I would love to see it return, even if it's going to be in a butchered way. Just bring it back, man.
Well, we were saying like the technology, because there's don't bother having the sentience and things.
Well, they can't. It would
like
make any sense. They're dead. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do Nama and things like that. So
There's Nama's not a thing anymore either.
You could do the Grenier.
Grenier aren't a thing anymore either.
How do you feel about the Overguard feature for the upcoming Xmas rework? So there was like a dev workshop about it. So let's see. So 13% said negative, 33% said neutral, and 53% said positive. There's a percentage missing in that.
There's always a percentage missing.
There's always a percentage missing. Right. I was on board for it, but anyway. The next one is: do you want to see new and different challenging content introduced into the game? 7% said they didn't care. 7% said no.
Yeah, Power Fantasy.
7% said yeah. 87% said yes. That was off the back of another conversation had on twitch.tv/Nazeth, right, or Nazuth, and that was I was talking with someone. They were saying like, no, I don't want challenge. I want the current difficulty to remain perfect. I'm like, why?
Get stagnation.
Yep. And then the next one is: when DE brings in challenging content, are you only going to be satisfied if you can kill it as fast as the normal cannon fodder? Oh, 20% said yes, 80% said no.
Want my Power Fantasy?
Wait, no, they don't want the Power Fantasy.
Just 20% did.
20% did, yes, yeah, but 80% said no. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Is there a sixth graph?
No, there's only 5.
Okay.
5. Cool. And then I realized I was supposed to send you the supporter questions, but I'm a giant goober and forgot.
Goober.
So I'm a goober. Do you know where the channel is? Are you able, or do you want me to just quickly screenshot it to you?
Huh?
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 Huh? What are you talking about?
Huh?
I don't understand. Huh?
Huh?
Huh? I thought Nazeth was going to post one.
Nazuth.
Nazuth. Nazeth? Nazaleth? There you go. Did you hit the button?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I did. I'll push it again if you want.
I trust you.
I don't trust myself.
I misinfested Salvage.
Before I read out Zurgel's question, I would want to ask our lovely audience to smash that like button and leave a comment down below. I promise we read each and every comment. This font is labelled runes. How do you like Elden Ring?
I love it. It's great.
Too big for me to download.
Yet. Have you bought it?
No.
Okay.
But I looked up file size and I was like, yeah.
It's big.
Authentic British accent. Having seen Xeno and Nazeth playing the new update, but not Loz, as he's still minted to the blockchain. Am I? Okay.
Context. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, which the grandfather's been minted to the blockchain when he's cast inside the TV. I guess
I have seen I didn't realise if there's been a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged out, but
different Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
You're not moving. Oh, there you go.
It's called the internet. It's the internet. Is something downloading? Yes. Steam, what are you doing? No,
I feel it obligatory to ask a question about Gaia again. Have you noticed the interesting effect of pressing 4 on Gaia that was pointed out in the DevStream preview? The effect being, skirt goes up, enemies go down.
I can tell it's Thalian just from the quality of the question.
The alien authentic British accent also asks, well, first, hyphen, 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 so I suppose that's dash, dash, dash. I don't know if they're starting an SOS chain or something here. Yes, alien, I want you to convert your next entire thing into SOS, into
Oh God.
to a binary? No, was it Morse code? Yeah. Angels of the Zariman was supposed to be the update that brought us more lore in the aftermath of the New War's end, but strangely, all you received was a repeat of the Deimos quest, but without the Grandma ending that infuriates anyone with common sense. Adding to this, we found that the only rank up reward options when leveling up the new syndicate are purely cosmetic for the Dormer Zone. So despite the quick and enthusiastic ARG hyping up the update, what do you think were actually gained from this update in terms of lore?
Oh, I want to speak my mind.
Go for it.
I don't care. I just want content. I want a mission to do. I don't care. Like,
right, but now you've gotten content and missions to do, which it did give you that.
I mean, it's nice to see the citizens of the Zariman, but at the same time they're not, because they're just
remnants of echoes of souls.
Well, no, they're reconstructed from the void, because they're
remnants of echoes of souls.
Sure, fine. Remnants of echoes of souls, as if a soul's a real thing. And
yeah, it's in the spleen. Come on, man.
Well, I don't have one.
I know.
Because it's on my shelf.
Yeah.
Anyway.
In the store.
Anyway, but the what was it saying? Crap, you threw me.
So ARG hyping up. So despite the quick and enthusiastic ARG hyping up the update, what do you think we've actually gained from this update in terms of lore?
I don't know. How much have you read the data pads stuff? We learned that the Orokin are dickheads. Some more. There you go. There's more than one Orokin. There you go.
Are these people Orokin?
No. They're the same caliber of human as you are. Just reconstructed from the void.
Yeah. Oh no. I Shadows of Remnants of Souls. Yes, but I meant what are they? The Shadows of Remnants of, and is it an Orokin soul or a human soul?
It's on par with Archimedeans.
So it is Orokin. So they are Orokin then.
No, Orokin weren't Archimedeans. Margulis was an Archimedean. The guy that invented the sentience was an Archimedean. The Orokin aren't Archimedeans.
Orokin Alid V.
No, isn't that just the interpretation from what's called Hunhao being dumb?
Yeah. So not only has Hunhao now sadly retired and sitting in his mother's basement drinking with his drinking buddy every day, you're retroactively going to call when he was actually an active and important threat in the universe is now just a, you say,
senile
dumbass, right?
Yeah. Well, like, what did he do? He just he called Orokin. So he called Alad V an Orokin. Well, surely he's just calling everything an Orokin because it's not sentient.
No.
Yeah. I mean, how? Why doesn't Stalker have his shadow equipment?
In the laundromat.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Did you see this ARG? Was it good?
No, I didn't care to. And I didn't think it hyped anything up.
Oh, people love getting hyped.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, oh, look. They're advertising the fuck. I mean, like, if that was the case, I'm screwed if I ever go back on Instagram Reels because I get fucking advertised everything 5 seconds from now. It's just like, you've opened up our app. Oh yeah, time to get another advert.
Yeah, sounds about right. Right, that's it for the supporter questions. Let us move on.
Cool. Community responses?
First of all, thank you very much to Trex Paddock for last week's comment where it's this really cool formatted thing about having Loz come back. I am now back, Trex. Right, so JJ24, do you want to see new and different challenging content introduced into the game? Yes, keyword, different content. We have all these tools. I want new environments and situations to use them in.
I'd like to think we have received that.
I think we have received some new environment situations. Yep. Peter Graver, I called it. DE is doing base frame void shells first. Now let's see when they release the next Warframe if it'll have a base version and a purchasable void shell skin to start.
Honestly, I was surprised that we actually got more than Saren, right? Because they showed off the Saren one once, and that was it. We've not seen hide nor hair of it since. So I don't think they're gonna do that. I think these are just deluxe skins 2.0.
Benjamin Smarriage, I agree that that Nama invasions should be happening at all times like other invasion missions. Yeah, definitely. I really want them. Anarchy Gaming, I'm a dojo decorator. Well, maybe it's not the same on the set, but I do have a take on this. The reason why I'm not looking for the apartments is twofold. One, you most likely will only be able to get decorations in two ways. Either you will pay for them in Plat or in Rep. And looking at past Rep decorations, they are grinding, small, and not interesting. Two, room capacity is most likely to be small. Looking at past rooms released to decorate, so with point 1 in mind, it will be too costly, either in Plat or time, to decorate what most likely will be a big room with a small capacity.
That's really interesting because I don't think any of the cosmetics, so any of the decorations, are with Plat.
More investigations will be done by Xeno. King of Gaming says, you wonder why all people care about is damage, yet ignore the fact is making CC more useless while saying people should just kill them, which just further encourages only focusing on damage. You can't expect people to think in more than just damage when that's the only viable option. This all being said, I don't think the solution is allowing Xmas to be CC'd, but you can't just ignore the fact that this is one more nerf to CC, which is already inferior to damage, but I don't know how to make CC viable. Say what you will, but there's a reason why no one uses CC.
Though I respect your opinion and everything, King of Nightmare?
Yep, gaming.
Right. King of Gaming. Sorry, apologies. King of Gaming. Though I respect your, it's your opinion to have. It's important to have multiple different ways of doing it, right? So yes, you can have some enemies that you can't CC and some enemies that you need to CC, right? But you can't just have everything must be applicable to everything, because then there's no difference between any of them. In addition to this, if CC wasn't viable, then why was there such a huge thread about it being nerfed into the ground and no longer viable? So I think it's just a simple case of it's how you use it. I mean, I use CC all the time for Index with Limbo, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, and now I sit here and press 4 and 2 periodically and do nothing else.
Fair enough. Lastly, Strombus Shell. Yeah, my favourite Warframe podcast. Gonna comment before I listen so I don't forget. Thanks for the show, guys.
I don't want to be rude. I would tip my cap if you changed your account name to Void Strombus Shell. Void Shell? Strombus Void Shell? I would tip my cap. Cap tipping. It would be... Damn, man, it would be worth it.
Thank you, Strombus Shell. I appreciate it. Asking things of you. Right, that's it for supporter questions and the community responses. Time for...
Cool. Memes!
Yay!
Oh, I got these open. Yep.
Right. Okay. You ready for memes?
I think so. I'm just having to open all the tabs again. Yep. Which one's the first one? Yeah.
Small. But by the way, so all these memes, there's links in the descriptions, along with a secret meme of the week, which is a video meme, which I find hilarious. Xeno says he's probably seen it before, but I still think it's very well done. Anyway, first meme: Flesh Wound. When you absolutely obliterate your level 1 Lich, but don't have the correct Requiem combination. you lich. 'Tis but a scratch.
So true. It is so true. Oh, we've started doing so. We've had something on Zrugal's request, which is our favorite meme that was picked this week. Yeah, so that was added. Moving forward.
Yeah, that's fine. Do we do that for community responses as well?
Only the meme so far, but if you want to do it for
let's go do it for one, got it for both. Right, meme number 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, I'm here for PvE. You only play Warframe because you suck at PvP and aiming. Who the fuck said that?
Yep, okay.
Meme number 3. Warframe story. Me before playing the story quests. Me after playing the story quests.
Okay, fair. Yep.
Meme number... Oh, wait.
What?
Have I got... How many memes have I got? Hang on. Bonus speed.
You sent me 6.
Oh, am I miscounting memes? Maybe I'm miscounting memes. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, maybe I'm just... Meme number 4.
Okay. Cool.
RIP. Art guns with new types, new primes, and Gravamag deployers. DE.
Yeah.
Arcwing only having Arcwing launcher, 1 prime, and nothing in new in years.
Oh god, so true.
Arc melee.
Do you think we're ever gonna get the modular Arcwings?
No.
Cool. Okay, next.
Now, the next 2 will definitely be your choices for best meme. I'm just going to call it now.
You think?
Yep.
Because that Lich one was really fucking good.
These... Really? Okay, well, these are some powerful memes.
Yeah. That Lich one spoke to me. Okay,
the forums after every major update. DE, please make challenge. No hard, only challenge. I'm tempted to just get this made onto t-shirts or on a hat because this needs saving permanently.
Like, no, the hat. You gotta hat this.
You gotta hat that, yeah.
If you did an embroidered hat of that, I'd be on it. Like,
yeah, I might just sell them and hand them out to people because it's just so true. Yeah, it's so true.
Okay.
Right, okay. But the only other reason, right, you might have competition because this is just your instructions to everyone.
Okay.
You have to do it. There's no other option.
Oh god, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, your microphone actually gave up working there because it just couldn't keep up.
No, I gave up working. I couldn't breathe.
Yep. I'm tempted to find the artist for this one and get you to just colour in your colours because then you can just put it on the, just have it on your stream continuously. Just like get people to do this. Yep. such a good meme, and that's so you, by the way. Like, it's so freaking touch the grass. Good. You touched the grass.
I put a waypoint. I put the grass. If you don't touch the grass, that's your fault.
You have to do it. There's another option.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
So many good. I'm so happy the memes I came back with this week are so good.
Oh god,
That's why I'm like, really this is a great meme. This is a great meme. And hell, you even love this one.
I love that. It was brilliant. Like,
this is so good.
Oh god, so good.
This is so true. This is timeless. This one. Yeah. But then this is just you playing the game. This is you playing the game.
Oh my god. I genuinely couldn't breathe. Anyway. Alright. Okay, so that is it for the memes.
You have to pick. No, no.
No, that one.
Oh, that's your favorite. This one's your favorite.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Okay, cool.
You
Okay, well that's it for memes.
No questions asked. I genuinely that Lich one like was staying firmly strong at the top, and then that last one. Oh, whew. Right. I think it's time for community shoutouts before I piss myself laughing. Right.
Too late.
So first one we have, first community shout out is Pastel Empress Titania by Zero Control.
Ooh, chibi style.
Yeah. So we got a Titania Empress, the deluxe skin, and I think they did it using like pastel colors and things.
So good.
Yeah, very, very good.
That's awesome.
The second community shout out is Transference Signal Strong. We're ready to battle by Daniela Tomandini.
Oh, like the operators coming out of the Warframe.
Yeah, out of the Umbra.
That's cool. That is so detailed. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'd watch that. I'd read that comic.
The third community shout out is Why Dormer Zones Are So Cheap by Jorial.
Already found out why the rent for Dormer Zone is so cheap. Excalibur isn't having it.
Yep.
Wait, what? So
it's the Void Angel right in front of it.
Right in front of the Dormer Zones?
Yeah. And you've got Chibi Nyx and Chibi Excalibur, you know, going up to the Void Angel.
No, the Excalibur's angry at the Void Angel and the Nyx is trying to pull it back.
I thought the Nyx was pushing it.
No, it's pulling it back because the Excalibur's angry.
Oh, yeah. So I just realized the positions of the feet and everything.
Meh.
Cool. The fourth community shout out is Angels of the Zariman by Zero Crossed.
Did a little something for from Angels of the Zariman. Do Joy. Nice.
Yeah. The fifth community shout out is Jaya by Dasta Creations. We've had so many of these. Each week there's a new one.
I'd pay for that comic. Can I kickstart it, please?
And then the sixth community shout out is Jaya by Picotan09.
I take it back. I'd pay for this comic. Can I kickstart it, please?
Yes, I agree. This to me was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, the manga, the anime adaptation.
You're not wrong. Cool. Right. So that is it for the community shoutouts. That is it for this week's episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. It's great to have Loz back finally after.
I'm going next week. I can't stand this. I'm going to go back to having a break. I was going to go back on a break.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We just got you back.
I want internet.
So say goodbye, Loz.
Bye, everyone. I'll see you next week. And yeah, it's good to be back with Warframe. It's good to also have content in Warframe. And I'm sure we'll be talking about. I'm sure there'll also be lots to talk about next week. So I'll see you all next week. Hopefully, everything will have calmed down by then. Bye-bye.
Bye.